All right, guys. So today is the Fed minutes reported PDF file that dropped. We'll see if the market reacts. Market is complete chop right now ahead of this Fed meeting. So we'll see if we get something good. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. We certainly appreciate it. SPY at 358, completely choppy. I'm definitely glad I took a step back today and didn't press harder today. Market just does not look favorable. Just does not look favorable right now. It's probably waiting for today's Fed minutes report and then tomorrow's CPI report. There's a lot of stuff happening here. Hey. Your mic isn't good? Yeah, I had to plug it in. My bad, guys. But yeah, SPY sideways. Dollar index has been ripping up. Let's do this. Fed minutes report. Again, Fed minutes report drops at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get ready for it. Hey, what's up, Medi? Your mic is perfect, bro. Hey, thank you, man. I'm going to sell NASDAQ. Hey, good luck. Amina, Wakanda, what do you think it will be in the next report? I don't know. It's not about, I talked about this earlier. The Fed minutes report drops at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? We can talk about what's in the report, but more than that, the market is going to react one way or another to this report. It always does, to a certain extent. Right now, what the Fed minutes report is, every 6 weeks, the Fed meets to determine how much they're going to raise or lower rates. Weeks after that, they drop what's called the Fed minutes report, which is a PDF file that drops exactly at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, it essentially goes into more in depth in why they chose to make the Fed rate hike decision that they made during the last FOMC meeting. And the last FOMC meeting was September 21st. So it's weeks after that now. We got CPI tomorrow, just a lot of fundamental stuff going on in the markets. And with that, this report is going to be somewhat influential. I wouldn't say big time. It moves the market some. Big time, is a subjective thing, but it's going to move the market some. Last time it did. It'll at least give us some foresight into what they might do in the next Fed meeting, how many basis points they might raise it. What we're really watching for here, I'll give you guys the report as soon as it happens, but what we're really watching here is how the algorithms are going to react to the report, because every time they drop this Fed minutes report, you got algorithms that interpret it immediately and then take positions based off of their interpretation of the Fed minutes report. And so, what we're really truly watching right now is the market's reaction to the Fed minutes report. We'll give you the report so you guys can read it. It's about 12 pages, if I remember correctly. But what we're really gauging is the market's reaction to it. No, I don't know Hindi, brother. Sorry, man. For how long will the dollar keep going up? It's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of sideways right now. It's not like the dollar's not up dramatically or anything. The dollar went up substantially yesterday. Today, we're pretty sideways with the overall market. You can see the SPY and market is sideways as well with that. So, it is what it is. And Fed minutes report drops in about 25 minutes. Also, we're gonna get ready to send our newsletter out. Y'all go ahead and join, become a member of our site. Okay, become a member of our site. It's completely free. We don't charge for anything. We do have a newsletter with hundreds of people that's part of the newsletter. Check out the newsletter here. You can join the newsletter, take part with hundreds of other people as we send watch lists, big events. We'll email you the big events that go on in the market, all that good stuff. So check it out. Get ready to send this watch list out to everybody now. All right, guys. Dollar index is falling down short term. It's kind of what we want, Yeah. the like button as you come in here, team. We appreciate it. All right, we're getting ready to send this report out. Market's moving up a little bit short term. Dollar index is falling down. Ideally, we'd like to see the dollar index drop below that 113.27.5 level, which is the previous closing price. It's the level at which it closed yesterday. So you can see it dropping right here. This is good for stocks. This is usually an inverse correlation with the stock market. So there is no meeting. This Fed minutes report is a reaction to the September Fed meeting, is what it is. So the FOMC minutes report is a reaction and insight into the Fed meeting that we had in September, is what this is. What do you think is going to be the result of the minutes? No idea. I can give you guys the last Fed minutes report just so you can see what to expect with this, okay? So let me show you guys the last minutes report. Yeah, the last Fed minutes report is right here. That's the last report in chat if you guys see it. It's in about 30 minutes, about 32 minutes exactly. Hey, what's up, Elias? All right, guys. So again, we're going to do a poll on Twitter. We're also going to do a poll here, as we always do, asking people if you're bullish or bearish on the Fed minutes report. All right, guys. Dollar index is falling down. SPY is moving up some, which is good. We're also going to do a poll here. Is the minutes report today? Yeah, it's today. Any updates about the FOMC minutes news? It drops in 30 minutes. We'll be able to see what it shows. Again, we're going to do a poll. Bullish or bearish on the FOMC minutes report dropping at 2 p.m. Vote on the poll. We got bull or bear right here. Hey, what's up, Liv? What's with the tank tops? I mean, bro, it's hot over here, man. I'm in Texas right now, dude. It's hot. So, I mean, it's the same tank top I wore earlier. This is like the first tank top I've worn on stream in like months. So don't judge me because I look good in a tank top, bro. Don't judge me, dude. What's up, Liv? The music helps the mood for sure. And yeah, I'm terrible at basketball, dude. How about Jordan yesterday, though, bro? How about Jordan, man? You know, props to Jordan. He did that. What do you say, bull or bear? I'm talking about the broader market. Are you bullish or bearish on the Fed minutes report? Do you think the market's going to go up or down from it? $50-50 split right down the middle. 50 calls, 11 calls, 11 puts, votes. Again, SPY is tanking down here, kind of following the dollar index right now. Bro, it is hot in here, man. Market's going to go up. I don't know, bro. I don't know if the market's going to go up. But I hope they do. I truly hope the markets go up, but I really have no idea if they will. 28 minutes, guys. Vote on the poll right now. Let's see what the polls say so far. Right now, we got 51% saying bull, 49% saying bear. So we're actually pretty split down the middle. I don't really know what's going to happen either, so I'm indecisive as well with this, you know? What? Dollar index, all I know is I want to see the dollar fall. Inflation is ridiculous right now, man. So we just want to see the dollar fall, you know? Bonds are going to take. Look at that positive correlation. Yeah, dollar index and SPY moving together, which is kind of strange ahead of this Fed minutes report. Yeah, we'll see. Here, I'll be right back, guys. Put a fan on, bro. It is hot, dude. Ugh. I wonder why I'm in a tank top because it's hot over here, man. It's October right now in Texas. 90 degrees outside right now. All right, guys, we're pretty split down the middle. It looks like we're having more bears than bulls here. We got 55% of people saying puts, 45% of people saying calls, essentially. Dollar index and SPY moving down. Let's see if we bounce at this previous closing price. I don't mind trading this. We just need some trend to attack. Like, we need some type of trend to attack here. Right now, market's pure chop. We lost like 120 bucks today, which is very small. Here's my P&L so far on the week in terms of my actual trading here. If we look at this and we go to just the last 7 days, this is my P&L on the week here. Could be better, could be worse. Like, I'm not mad at this. But this is my P&L on the week so far, pulled directly from the platform. So, not too shabby. We'll take the week so far. We're up about $500 or $600, only about 3 days into the market as well. So hopefully we get some good stuff. We'll see. Hey, what's up, AD? Bro, still hot in here every day. Always wearing tanks. Yeah, man. Bro, honestly, I got this fan right above me. I'm kind of traumatized from fans, though, bro. Here's a true story, okay? I'm at my dad's house as a kid. Right? I'm at my dad's house as a kid, dude. And I'm just kind of chilling at my dad's house, right? Just kind of hanging out, living life. Probably this was in like the 90s or 2000s. So I'm probably over there watching Rocco's Modern Life, hanging out, living like Doug or something. And the fan just detaches from the top of the roof and just falls and smashes the glass table in front of me. And I literally cut my hand, from the fan just kind of smashing the glass table that was like 2 feet in front of me, And so ever since then, anytime I'm sitting directly under a ceiling fan, I'm kind of sketched out, to be completely honest here. But it's hot, and I'll take the risk today, If this thing falls on me after that, it'll be good promotion. I mean, hey, we'll turn into a meme. Not saying I want it to happen, but if it does, as long as I'm okay, I'll allow it. Anyways, dollar index starting to bounce back up. We'll see if the SPY breaks down here. And 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, the meeting is in 25 minutes. It's not a meeting, actually, guys. Let me clarify. It's not a meeting. It's a PDF file. It's a reaction to the meeting in September. Okay, so every 6 weeks, the Fed does the Fed rate hike. Weeks after that, they drop a PDF file that goes live exactly at 2 p.m. on the Fed website that details insight into what happened and why they chose to raise rates during the last Fed rate hike decision, and also potentially some foresight into what they might do in the next Fed, decision, which is in early November. I believe it's November 2nd is essentially what they're doing today. That's why it's going to impact markets, because it might give us some foresight into what they're doing in the next Fed meeting. And that's directly relevant to stock market activity. So that's essentially what we're looking at today. And we'll see if we get something good. Hopefully they say some dovish things and not some hawkish things. But you never really know what the Fed's going to say. We got about 25 minutes left. Again, vote on the poll. Let me know what you guys think so far in this. We've got 144 votes. About pretty split. We got 55% of people saying bear, 45% of people saying bull. Hey, what's up, Thomas? Don't want to see you get wiped out. Hey, it'll be promo for the channel, Lost $200 on NIO today. Yeah, I'm down a little bit as well. Scam wicks both directions. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at how choppy the SPY is today, man. The SPY is just complete chop right now. Just nothing really going on. It's just volatile. It's not really volatile. It's rangy, I guess, but sideways, neutral, indecisive. Yeah, they can say the labor force is strong. They can say the dollar is valuable. I mean, that could be interpreted as somewhat positive. Hopefully, they can say a lot of different things, man. Hey, what's up, Thomas? Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, good to see you, bro. Difference between June through August bounce rally and right now it's bond markets. Don't market makers already have a copy of that? I don't know if they do or not. I don't think they do. They might. I don't know. Bro, here's the problem, right? They're promoting this movie Halloween Ends, okay? And they're acting like it's going to be the last one. But y'all know in 10 years from now, when all the hype has faded away and you're wanting to refresh the genre a little bit, y'all are going to call it something like Halloween Returns or something like that. Y'all know it's not the last one. Y'all can pretend it is. Y'all have said it was the last one like 5 times now. It's probably just going to start over, is what I'm guessing. Greetings from Malaysia. What's up, bro? Greetings from Houston, Texas, man. Good to see you. Thank you for joining the stream. Thoughts on Tesla? Yeah, right, exactly. Y'all know. So Tesla is down a lot over the past 3 weeks or so. The problem with it is that, okay, this is my main problem with Tesla, okay? Here's the problem. Here's my problem with Tesla, okay? Is that I like Tesla. I believe Tesla is a groundbreaking company that is changing the game for automotive, vehicles, and is completely game changing for, fuel and everything like that. I understand that. I think it's great. Gas mileage, awesome. And I think electric vehicles are just more efficient than gas powered vehicles. The Tesla Plaid runs a 9-second flat, quarter mile stock. And with that, it has great gas mileage as well. It's quiet and silent. The reliability of the motors are much better. And so in all different aspects, electric vehicles are just more efficient than their gas powered counterparts. But I think that Tesla used to be seen as a status symbol. Oh, I got a Tesla. Rappers are using it in their name. I'll whip a Tesla, all that stuff in their songs, and it was seen as a status symbol. And I think it certainly still is, to a certain extent. But the problem is that in my area, at least, everywhere I look, I see a Tesla now. And so I do think they're becoming, to a certain extent, saturated. And I think that Tesla, over the last 2 years, was already pretty extended up there. And I like Tesla, again, groundbreaking vehicle. And I think it's going to go up long term. But short term, I have more question marks regarding it. And if I'm going to take some positions and buy the dip of the market over the last month or two, I think there's better options for me there. Like I would rather buy Disney or something like that. I think that's a little bit more of a sure thing than Tesla is. And I like Tesla, groundbreaking, all that good stuff, more efficient than gas-powered vehicles. But, the problem in that regard is that they might just be a little bit saturated at this point in time, if that makes sense. And I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wildly wrong. Maybe Tesla rips up 200% in the next year. I don't know. But as for buying dips, and Tesla has been dipping, I think there's better options, personally, myself. I always try to be honest with people. I know we got a lot of Tesla believers here in chat, and a lot of our supportive members are Tesla believers, and I'm not knocking Tesla. I hope you guys understand. I'm just honest about my own take here. I hope you guys get it. Hold on one second. All right, sorry guys. Kiro called. No, it didn't drop yet. Um, it's not a Fed meeting. It's a Fed minutes report. So it's a PDF file that drops at 2 p.m. that influences markets. Essentially, is what it is. Right. So it's not a meeting. We're not going to see JP himself today. We are going to react to a PDF file that drops on the Fed minutes or the Fed website at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what we're essentially reacting to. It drops in 17 minutes exactly is what we're doing here. Okay. All right, guys. Dollar and SPY moving up. All right, guys. So again, SPY. Here's an interesting thing, and somebody said this earlier. Over the past, it looks like, yeah, man. Over the past hour, the dollar index and the SPY itself has been moving with each other. They've been moving with each other. All right, guys, look at the dollar index fall. Short term, we're getting a bounce in the SPY here. We're just waiting for this report to come out. And I might actively trade in this report. Excuse me. All right, guys. So, yeah, SPY rejecting at the previous closing price. We do have that previous closing price right here at 357.70s. $357.50s. All right, we got about 400 people here. It will go down or more up. Apple to withhold latest employee perks from unionized store. Any ideas about US dollar, Japanese yen? Please show Bitcoin chart. Also, I got you, man. We'll show Bitcoin. We'll throw the Bitcoin chart in here. That's all good. All right, here's Bitcoin right here, about 19K. See Bitcoin on the right. And again, y'all, do me a favor here, okay? We are pretty close to 88,000 subscribers. 88K. We are pretty close here, team. We need like 200 subscribers or something like that. If you haven't already, team, take the time. Hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. Try it one time, see how it feels. Again, data drops in about 13 minutes here. In fact, we're actually going to throw it up as the Fed minute report happens. Let's do this. Bloomberg terminal to lock in new clients with 2-year contract and 30,000 in 2023. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do y'all think it's good that Bloomberg is going to get a little bit more strict with their contracts? You know what I just did today, guys? and it felt lovely. It was like probably the most exhilarating phone call I've ever had. I canceled Comcast today. It was the greatest, probably, feeling I've ever had in my life. Comcast, I got a new fiber optic internet service about a month ago, and I was just kind of slacking on giving them the call to cancel. So I just canceled. It felt good. Hey, thank you, Max. My guy, thank you, bro. Put on subscribe only mode. It's free to subscribe. Hey, that's right. It's a great idea, sir. Look at SPY back over. Technically green on the day for the SPY. Thoughts on the PPI increase? I thought it was almost break even. I thought core PPI came in a little bit better than expected. Core PPI came in a little bit better than expected. Regular PPI came in 0.1% worse, but it was kind of break even here. So, I'm not surprised to see the market is pretty sideways on this. PPI was worse than expected, so we are down relative to where we were when PPI came out. But at the same time, core PPI is a very important metric as well, and so I don't think it was terrible. We also put it. Hey, thank you, Darwesh. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Hey, listen, guys, if you haven't already, take the time, hit the subscribe button. We just put it in sub-only mode. Okay, so announce yourself. Show us you're subscribed. We appreciate you all for subbing here. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, announce yourself. Show you're subscribed. Show your support here for the channel. Hey, what's up, Wesley? Abdul, thank you, brother. Wesley, Max, Jax, Jody, Starlink, hey, McTavius. Nah, man, listen, my internet, guys, I have a company called Tacus Internet Service. $90 a month, 1,000 upload, 1,000 download. I get a gig upload, a gig download, $90 a month, no contract. Comcast is in trouble, bro. Like, people aren't going to use them anymore when they find out there's companies like that. Fiber optic, it was the way. Hey, thank you, P. K-Bone, what's up, dude? Hey, what's up, Ill? Sweet Al, my guy. Hey, Liv, K-Bone, Max. Yeah, hey, 1,000 up, 1,000 down, $90 a month, no contract. Best deal I've ever had in internet, to be honest, man. And it really is 1,000 up, 1,000 down too. Like, it really is. Like, look, I can do a speed test real quick and show you guys. 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Honestly, I just want to do it so I can brag about it, to be completely real. Feels good. I don't think I've lagged one time. My ping is literally 1 since I got this internet service. No, it's like, you'll see. Hey, what's up, Max? Diogo, Darwish. Your thoughts on Bitcoin, please. We did our crypto show today where we talked about Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has been mostly sideways over the past, I think Bitcoin looks great, bro. Bitcoin has been mostly sideways for the last, 2 months. And I think that's great. I think that might be potentially indicating a bottom for crypto. So... yeah, look, this is my wired connection right now. This is my wired connection right now. Download 934, upload 883. Wireless. I mean, this is my wireless connection right now. Solid. $90 a month, no contract. SPY moving up a little bit. Again, the dollar index and the SPY have kind of moved with each other. There's not really much of a correlation. Dollar index is starting to fall down. That's kind of what we want. Bitcoin still holding over 19K. Here's that 19K level right here. And so ideally, we do want to see it hold. Here's 19K. Right there is 19K. So we would like to see it hold over that. We also have a top range here at about 19.1. You can see the previous closing price right here on the chart. We do want to see us hold over that on the SPY if we want to see bullish action. You do have the dollar index recently popping up, though. That's not really good. That's not really what we want to see. But hopefully we can hold. Again, the Fed minutes report drops in about 9 minutes, team, 9 minutes. And so we're going to cover everything as it happens. And yeah, let me know if you're bullish or bearish. Vote on the poll. We got our poll going as well. CPI report tomorrow. It's not at 2 p.m. It's at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time in the morning, just like PPI. Hey, what's up, One Love? Hey, what's up, Dave? Hey, good to see you, man. Dollar SPY break it down here at 357.60s. But yeah, good to see you, Dave. Hope you're doing well, bro. All right, guys, we got 8 minutes, team. Well, the market's completely neutral right now. We're just not really getting any big up or down activity at this point in time. So again, you can see the SPY at 357.50s. We got the dollar index is at 113s. Bitcoin at 19K. Again, you can see the Q here. Q is at 262.90s here. So we got some stuff. Anyone buying out the money options? I'm momentarily bullish, potentially due to the fact that we might get a CPI pump. FOMC is important. Well, the minutes report it's a subjective thing. Some people are going to consider it important. Other people, like Kramer, are going to say it's worthless. But what matters the most is whether it's influential over markets, and it is to a certain degree. It's definitely influential. It's going to make markets move a little bit when it drops. Now, to what degree? Again, we don't know, but it's at least going to make the markets move some. And that's what we're watching. That's what we got to pay attention to. That's what we got to keep an eye on. Again, here's the basics of it. All right, so the Fed minutes report is a follow-up to the FOMC meeting. So this Fed minutes report is going to be a follow-up to September's, the one that happened on the 21st, September 21st Fed meeting, FOMC meeting. With that said, it's going to give us some insight into why they chose to make the decision that they did, which if you remember the last FOMC meeting, they raised rates 75 basis points. And also some foresight into what they might potentially do in the next Fed meeting, which again is in early November. The next Fed meeting is going to be November 2nd. And so in that regard, it's going to impact markets. If they say, dovish things, stock market's probably going to go up some. If they say bearish or hawkish things, restrictive things, restrictive adjectives, that is, then, the algorithms that interpret the Fed minutes report are going to take some short positions and influence the market in a negative way, probably drop the market. Now, hopefully they say some positive things. It's also going to, be influenced. It's also going to be influenced by PPI, from last month, CPI from last month, all that stuff. We're going to get a little bit more insight into why they chose to make the rate hike decision. Now, if you remember, Jerome Powell said that we got about 150 basis points left for the rest of this year. We have 2 more Fed meetings this year. We have one in early November. I believe it's November 2nd. And then we're going to get another one 6 weeks after that, since Fed meetings happen every 6 weeks, FOMC rate hike decisions, that is. So the next one after November should be in mid to late December. And so again, we'll see if we get something good. Hopefully they say positive things. As you guys know, that's not always the case. And sometimes we're going to get bearish, negative things said, and that's okay if we do. But either way, hopefully we get a trend. We've been really choppy today and neutral. Again, you can vote on the poll. We do have our poll going on right now. We did a poll asking people calls or puts. 45%, 44% essentially said calls, and 56% of people said puts. We also did a poll here on YouTube that said bullish or bearish. We got about 622 votes. 43% are bullish. In our YouTube poll, 57% are bearish. Fed is a bear. Fed minutes is on. The Fed minutes report is not a meeting. It's not a Fed meeting. The Fed minutes report is actually a reaction to the previous Fed meeting, right? So the Fed minutes report is a reaction to September's Fed meeting. It's a report reacting foresight into the September 21st FOMC rate hike decision meeting that they did on the 21st of September. So it's just a reaction to the Fed meeting. Again, every 6 weeks, they meet, determine how much they want to raise lower rates. After that, weeks after that, they drop a PDF file exactly at 2 p.m. on the Fed website detailing why, what they're planning to do in the future, what the market and state of economy looks like, all that good stuff. So it's going to influence markets. To what degree, we don't know. To what direction, we don't know. Hopefully they say some positive, bullish, dovish things. But again, you never really know what they're going to do. Hey, thank you, Ezekiel. We appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man. Do you think there'll be a Christmas rally? I hope so. What's your view? I don't really trade that, Raul. I stick to what I know, and I'm just, I don't know much about that market, brother. Tesla going to flip green again. It depends on what the meeting does. I think it'll be positive. Yeah, maybe they'll give us some foresight into that Fed meeting that they did last Monday. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Be careful. Don't forget it's bear week. I think it'll be positive. Again, let us know. 3 minutes, guys. About 2.5 minutes. We got about 900 people here. Take the time, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate you all. Dollar index falling down. Hopefully we get some. What's strange is that we're not really correlated with the SPY and the dollar. Dollar index is falling, but we also see the SPY kind of falling with it, which is rare. Usually they don't move with each other. Disney did pretty well today. SPY is pretty flat. Tesla is pretty flat. It's maybe slightly red on the day relative to the previous close. You got about 3 minutes. Let's get ready. And again, I'll go ahead and put this in chat. If you refresh this page that I'm about to put in chat, there is no meeting. Here, I'm going to put this up so people, All right, guys. So here's the explanation of what the Fed minutes report is. Again, it's a PDF file that drops at 2 p.m. on the dot, detailing why they made the decisions they did and reacting to the September 21st meeting. That is what the Fed minutes report is. It's not a Fed meeting itself. It's a reaction to the previous Fed meeting, is what it is. Markets falling down ahead of the time, though. And again, here is the site. Go to this site right here. It'll tell you. If you refresh that at 2 p.m., you can find the Fed minutes report. Again, just to put this up right here and show you where it's going to be, okay, guys? The Fed minutes report, when you reset it, you can see here, September 21st. If you look here, you see minutes. This is the July minutes. At 2 p.m., you're going to be able to click either PDF or HTML to read what it says, right? So, again, here's the HTML version of last time. You can scroll down, read the entire report. I mean, we'll go over some of it here, but we're going to mostly just watch the stock market reaction and show you guys the report so you can read it for yourself. Because what we're reacting to is the stock market's reaction to it. All right, guys, less than a minute here. Less than a minute. Good luck. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate you all. Let's do this. All right, guys, 30 seconds. All right, guys, there's the dollar index at 113.30s. We got the SPY bouncing up a little bit. We got the Q falling down. We get about 20 seconds. $10 seconds. All right, y'all be ready. Markets are reacting up. Dollar is moving up ahead of time, so interesting. All right, guys, there is 4 p.m. Let's refresh this, and let's find the Fed minutes report, guys. All right, so let's refresh this. Let's find the Fed minutes report. Nothing dropped yet. Nothing dropped yet. Markets are reacting positively short-term here to the Fed minutes report. Again, nothing dropped yet. We're waiting for it to show up. Sometimes it takes about a minute. Okay, nothing yet. Showing up on my end for the Fed minutes report. Again, we're looking for it to show up right here on the right. Let's go back. And then we'll go forward. Again, initially, we are getting a bullish reaction to this. All right, guys, nothing out yet. Still looking here. Again, it should show up right here when it's ready. We're refreshing it. There we go. So here it is live. All right, so the report is out. Let's see if we can find some good stuff here. I'll give you the link. Here is the link to the Fed minutes report if you guys want to read it yourself. There is the report right there. Market's turning down here as well. So the report just came out. All right, so the manager pro tem turned to a discussion on financial markets developments over intervening period. U.S. financial conditions tightened over the period, largely reflecting an upward revision in investors' outlook for the path of the policy rate. Treasury yields climbed substantially, with most of the upward move reflecting in real yields. Equity prices rose. The market implied path of the federal funds rate shifted sharply higher. Market's getting somewhat of a bullish response here, kind of neutral though. With some chance of a 100 basis point move, some chance of, in addition, the market implied path suggested reasonable odds 75 basis points. 75 basis point increase in target range of July passed through the fully to meeting passed through fully to overnight rates. So again, here is the meeting right here. This is what you really want to pay attention to if you guys see the report here. Again, market is reacting somewhat positively here. We are somewhat green relative to when the report came out. The dollar is actually falling down some. But again, I'm going to continue to post this so you guys can read it in chat if you guys want to kind of interpret it yourself. What I would look at, guys, to interpret this is the staff review of the economic situation. Again, we're starting to turn bearish here. Consumer price inflation remained elevated. Total non-farm payroll employment posted robust gains in July. So a lot of jobs. A lot of workers. CPI stayed high. Available spending indicators. Real PCE was on track to post a modest gain. Real goods exports stepped in July. Data pointed to weak foreign growth. This is another area you probably want to read the staff review of the financial situation. But again, so far we are getting a bullish response to the Fed minutes report. Look at the stock market reaction here. It's all the way up to 358.50. He's getting a bull response here to the Fed minutes report. That's exactly what we want to see. Yeah, I'm bearish on the dollar index, bullish on the SPY. You know, that's essentially what being bearish on the dollar index means. But yeah, look at this rip here. SPY up to 358s. So again, let's see if we hold the VWAP here. We'll start to trade this if we can here too. Let's see if we can. But again, I'm going to put this in the description so you guys can see. If you want to access the Fed minutes report, here is the minutes report right here. And chat, we put it live on the screen so you guys can check it out. Again, big pullback already here, guys. So again, everybody's probably trying to sift through it to see if they have bull or bear responses. Let's see if we can get some cliff notes here. Dollar just flew up and the SPY just broke big lows here. So dollar flew up, SPY broke lows. Starting to get some big corrections in markets here. Big corrections in markets now. Let's see if we can find some cliff notes. Yeah, we got some. Here is some of the Fed minutes cliff notes here. We're going to put them in chat. All right. Many participants indicated that one policy had reached sufficiently restrictive level would be appropriate to maintain that level for some time. That's a bearish quote here, bearish quote. Again, we're going to continue to look into what they're saying. Fed officials judged they needed to move and to maintain a more restrictive policy stance to meet goal of bringing down elevated inflation. Minutes of September meeting. Many participants raised the assessment of the Fed funds path needed to achieve goals. Again, we're going to put all this stuff in chat so you guys can really catch it. Again, market sideways, but we're going to put all this stuff in chat so you guys can see kind of the cliff notes here. Participants observed that it would become appropriate at some point to slow the pace of rate increases while assessing the cumulative effects of policy adjustments. Reading the cliff notes here. Again, kind of break even from this. Nothing really major here. A few officials said unemployment could rise above forecasts. It'd be good, I think, and bullish for the markets. I think that would be interpreted as bullish. We want unemployment to be higher right now in a time of high inflation. At least that's what people want. I'm not saying I want it. Right, and then several participants noted it would be important to calibrate the pace of further tightening with aim of mitigating risk of significant adverse effects on the economic outlook. I think that's a good sign. I think that's what people are interpreting as positive. It means that they're going to really consider the effects of the economy of the aggressive rate hikes that they've been doing moving forward. So that's a positive, bullish, or what they call dovish outlook here. And again, right now, those are the cliff notes. You can see we put some of them in chat. But not a bad reaction to the market here. Again, y'all do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're really trying to hit 88,000 subscribers today. We only need about 150 subs left here, guys. We got almost 2,000 people here. Everything we do here is completely free. We don't charge a penny for any of our content. We don't sell a course. We don't sell a service. We don't claim to be experts. We don't act like gurus. We literally put everything out there for free without claiming to be an expert. And so if you haven't already, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell. We certainly appreciate the love and support we get here at Beginner Trading. And yeah, help us hit 88,000 subscribers, guys. Market is starting to move back up. We got the dollar index falling down here. So look at the dollar index fall. Hey, thank you, Mac. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we don't charge for content here. We just kind of give everything. I don't even claim to be a good trader. You know, I just kind of drop whatever I can for free and give people free info. And so, hey, we appreciate it, guys. CPI tomorrow will be huge as well. We're going to cover the CPI as soon as it comes out. Remember, guys, CPI drops at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We will stream it exactly like we're streaming here. So you guys will be able to catch exactly what goes down during the FOMC Minutes report. Or during the CPI report, which is going to be way more influential than this. So far, we got a slight green reaction here. Slight green reaction. I don't know if it's going to pull the market out of its chop, but we do have a slight green reaction to this. Yeah, I might trade if we get some good action. We'll just wait for it, though. We need to wait. Be patient for it. Kathy, what's crying right now? We appreciate it, John. Thanks again. Hey, thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, help us hit 100K. We appreciate it, guys. Pretty dovish minutes looking at unemployment and cliff notes. Yeah, I saw that they might think that, again, to put it into perspective, some of the members thought that we could have higher unemployment than expected. And again, that might sound like, oh, well, that's bad. That's actually a good thing right now in a time of high inflationary pressure. At least the market is going to interpret it as good. I don't want people unemployed. I want people working. But the market is going to interpret that as positive because, again, it means that in a time of high inflationary pressure, we actually want less people working because less people working means less free spending, which in turn means lower inflation. And that's the logic behind it, right? And so right now when jobless claims come out, all that stuff, we want higher than expected jobless claims, higher unemployment right now. And that's going to be interpreted as positive, which we're now seeing is, if you look at this here, that's kind of what we're getting. And it's mostly from this cliff note at the bottom here, which a few officials said unemployment could rise above forecast, which is, again, going to be seen as a positive reaction. Dollar index is starting to fall here. We do have the previous closing price right here at this light blue line. And so if we break underneath this previous closing price here, that is a very positive sign in stocks and equities, and that should cause a positive reaction. If you want to see the report, I will post the link here again. You can also find the link in the description as well. All right, dollar index just broke under the previous closing price. Under the previous close, we got the SPY up to 358.11s, starting to reject here. What's crypto doing here? We got the Q, which is a little bit more tech heavy. Here's Bitcoin on the right side here. Bitcoin at about 19K. All right, guys, big down wick here. This could be indicative of strength. Hopefully it is. Let's see if we can trade some. Trade the strength. Am I a crazy person? I just bought one contract. Hey, we're actually green in it. Hey, you love to see it. Rip it up here. Again, I'm going to let this work. There we go. All right, we just scalped it. We just made about $20. We'll take it. Green action here right now. And again, I'm in the Top Step funded account program, right? So I am trying to get funded. This is my graph so far on the combine. This is my graph on the week. This is my graph this month in October. This is my graph last month in September. This is pulled directly from my platform here. So I'm trying to get funded on Top Step. It's a funded account program. And so they give you a demo. If you can hit their target on the demo while following their rules and conditions, and they fund you between 50 up to 150K with a 90% split. They are a sponsor of my video, so I'm certainly biased in their favor, but they're regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So they're kind of who all the other funded account programs copy off of. And I think there's value because ultimately I can get funded. And if I'm a good enough trader, again, we're going to buy this dip real quick. If I'm a good enough trader, I could potentially get funded with 150K with a 90% split. And so if I make 20K on that 150K funded account, then I get to keep 18,000. They get to keep 2,000, which is pretty reasonable split. I got to hit their profit target and pass both phases, but I don't think it's a bad split if that makes sense. All right, we just cut that. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's pretty dope, I think. Pretty interesting service here. You can check it out here. I'll pin it to the top of the page if anybody wants to, check it out. All right, so we are actually green in here. You can see our profit right here. We are up about 1750 on this position. We're gonna go ahead and cut that as well. So we just made about $40 buying this dip to the VWAP here. And again, the E-mini, the futures market has no PDT restrictions as well. So you can day trade the futures market as much as you want. I'm not even looking at the E-mini chart. I'm literally just looking at the SPY chart right here. There is no FOMC meeting today, Anthony. How often can you withdraw money? I think it's once a month, but I'm not 100% sure. You got to reach out to them and ask them. $20. Yeah, it's not $20, Rudd. It's not $20. The base one is like 130. The one I'm in right now is about 375, you know, give or take. And again, I mean, look at again, the cool thing is that I can track my stats here. Like this is last month, right? And this is not fakeable. This is pulled directly from the platform. So this is my month. This is this month in October. This is my entire time so far. I started about September 13th, I think. And so this is my full graph here. In the last month, we're up about $2,400, give or take. So, you know, we have a system, you know, and the system makes sense. Like the report is right here, guys. You can find the report in the description, guys. It's in the description. And yeah, I mean, like I said, they are a sponsor, so I'm certainly biased in their favor, of course. But I think it's a pretty cool thing. I think it's going to save traders money, man. Again, you can try the futures market out yourself, but futures can move against you incredibly fast, right? And so if you try to put up your own 5 or 10K, you can lose that very, very quickly. You can try the base one of Top Step out for 130 something a month if you use my link and get 20% off. And if you lose and you suck at trading and you lose, then you're only out $130 relative to where if you get started in the futures market with your real money and you lose, you're out a lot, you know? And so I think in that way, it'll kind of help traders have some pressure to succeed, but not risk thousands and thousands of dollars, if that makes sense. All right, so we're consolidating over the VWAP here. Bitcoin is ramping up. It's about 19.1 thousand, 19.1K. Yeah, they're not going to let you lose their 150K. They set limits. They set daily limits and they set full limits, right? So you can't just kind of go, you can't YOLO your account. They're not going to allow you. And it's understandably so. They're not going to let you do that because they're actually funding you. It's a legit funded account program. So they're actually funding you. They're not going to let you just kind of go hard, risking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like if you start to hit over a couple thousand, I think on any specific day, they're going to just cut it. All right, guys, market's looking better, though. Dollar index is falling down, which is lovely. This is precisely what we want to see. All right, pull it back to the VWAP here again. We'll see if we actually hold now. Big dip in candle here. Big dip candle under the VWAP here. So a big drop. Let's see if we hold this VWAP area. We're right at the VWAP now. Again, I'm going to put 2 charts up here instead. We can watch Bitcoin pull back as well. But look at the spot. SPY dipping pretty fast. What if I YOLO and hit the goal in one day? Well, you have to have 5 trades minimum, and 40% of your account growth can't come from one trade, right? So they're going to make sure, and again, it's kind of like, again, if you see my trading, for instance, right? If you see my stats, I'm a scalper. So this is not from one big gain. This is from a lot of small gains over and over and over again to give me this graph, you know? And so they're not going to let you just kind of take huge size, swing for the fences, and get funded all of a sudden, because that's not a true test of your skill. And if they're funding you with their money, they're going to make sure you're a good trader. You know, it's difficult to get funded. It's not easy, and it shouldn't be easy because you're not going to find anybody that's just kind of like, hey guys, take my money. You know, that's just not how it's going to work. So where's your risk in this funded account? Well, it costs money to be a part of. It's a monthly subscription. I use Top Step. I'm funded by Top Step as well. Or I'm sponsored by Top Step. I mean, not funded. We're working our way on getting funded. We're doing solid. Again, I got to scale up a little bit, but that's all right. Yeah, bro. Somebody just kind of YOLO takes, you know, huge size one day and hits the goal, and then they fund them, and then they just lose it, you know. The good news that what Top Step just recently changed, though, is Top Step made it to where if you take the funded account and you hit their risk level and you have to lose your funded account, then they bring you right back to stage 2. And so you're pretty close to getting funded back there. And so you could just pass stage 2 and then you get your funding again. And so it's not going to make you start all the way over if you get eliminated. And so I think that's pretty solid. I think it gives a huge value in getting subbed or in getting funded, because once you're funded, you can just start over pretty simply. Good luck. Hey, thank you, Tamil. I appreciate that, brother. I have no idea how much money that is, but regardless of how much it is, bro, I appreciate it, Tamil. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate the love and support. And yeah, thank you very much, dude. There is no meeting, guys. Again, check the description for the report, right? The report's out. We're covering the stock market reaction. What this is, the Fed minutes is a reaction to the September meeting, guys. It's not a meeting itself. It's a meeting reaction. It's a reaction. It's a reaction to the September meeting in a PDF file, right? So it gives you cliff notes of what happened during the Fed meeting on the 21st of September. It gives you details about it, all that good stuff. Right. So if you see meeting reaction, it's a reaction to the September 21st meeting here. And if you want the actual Fed minutes report document, it's right here. Check it out. You can also find it in chat. Check out the link in the description, top of all. Yeah, so you have a demo account. If you can hit their targets on the demo while following their rules, they fund you, is what they do. Right. So, it's again, it's a process. I think the way you have to look at it, though, is like regardless of how good of a trader or regardless of anything, you have to look at it in terms of like, is it helping your trading? Right. I think Top Step is going to benefit your trading, help you be a better trader. We have two different sponsors right now that we're working with. One of the other ones here is a really cool platform. And again, they are a sponsor, but I'm kind of like a fanboy of this platform anyway. They did a meeting the other day and they kind of showed me how to use this thing. And so one thing I've been doing is like, look, check it out. So if we let's look at the SPY here. All right. One of this company is called Chart Prime. Look how dope this is, man. And again, we're watching the SPY right here. So market's starting to move up a little bit. Look how cool this company is, dude. This company is custom trading view indicators, right? One of my favorites is, it's simple. One of my favorites is this, the candlestick indicator. Like, look at this here. The bullish indicator, it tells me exactly where the bottom is. And then look at this, bullish engulfing candle. Look at that bounce afterwards. And these things are pretty accurate. They're surprisingly accurate. Look, bullish engulfing candle. Look at that bounce. Bullish engulfing bounce. Bearish engulfing cluster. Drop. Bearish engulfing bounce or drop. Look how accurate these are in predicting bottoms. Bullish engulfing bounce. Bearish engulfing drop. Super useful. I've been using these with my trading a ton. And so I'm certainly biased in their favor because they're a sponsor of mine as well. But just really cool, man. I only take sponsors from companies that I think are valuable. And this company is really cool. It's called Chart Prime. And yeah, just really, really interesting, man. You can use it right here. So we do have a link if you want to check them out too. So yeah, there's Chart Prime, but just really cool. They also have, like, if you look at this, let me put this up. All right, market's starting to break down a little bit. Here's the SPY. Let's look at it. SPY starting to fall down a little bit. So again, let's see if it actually holds here. I'm going to put up this indicator, and it's going to be the market oracle. This is their useful one. They have a predictive algorithm that actually does pretty good at like predicting tops and bottoms here. Like, watch this. Bullish engulfing candle, possible reversal down. See, they were wrong about that one, but bullish engulfing bounce. Possible reversal up. Look at that bounce. Possible reversal down. Look at that drop. They were a little bit wrong about that one, but that one was right. 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 That one was wrong. That one was right. That one was right. That one was right. So, I mean, they're pretty accurate too. Called Chart Prime. They also automatically document the support and resistance, which is pretty dope. Yeah, I like Chart Prime, man. Check it out, the link in the description if you're interested. It's a funded account challenge, super, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we're going to be covering on tomorrow's CPI data. What do you guys think about the CPI data? Again, what do you guys think about CPI data? Are y'all bullish or bearish on it? The real question is it going to come in higher and lower? If PPI was any indication, look, the market's starting to fall back down here, guys. Look at the market drop right now. And so, again, we're pulling back to that previous closing price. Do you think the PPI is going to be influenced by so it's about $50 a month if you use my link, Erica. About $50 a month. And there's a bunch. I only showed you like a quarter of like their options for tools here. So there's just an array of different things you can use. All right, so look, we are bouncing at the previous closing price. So you can see this light blue line right here. We are bouncing right at that level here. So right at that level. Again, you can kind of see some of the data that came out. Dollar index has been pushing up. Now, again, here's the thing, right? The PPI came out today, but it was only a slight miss in terms of the basic PPI, and core PPI actually came in a little bit better than expected, right? So if that's any foresight, or if that foreshadows tomorrow's CPI, we'll see what we get, man. We'll see what we get. If that foreshadows tomorrow, hopefully we come in slightly better than expected, or at least neutral here. I don't want to see a worse CPI rating. The market is down so much already that a worse rating could be catastrophic. You know, a worse CPI report could be catastrophic for markets. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's not going to influence. It's not going to be indicative. Like, again, PPI is producer, so it's seller inflation. CPI is consumer, so buyer inflation. So I understand the differences very well between CPI and PPI, but they're never always exactly the same, but they can kind of correlate with each other, at least to a certain extent, for sure. They're both inflationary data. They're both gauges on inflationary problems. You know, high prices for producers generally lead to higher prices for consumers. And so in that way, they're certainly correlated to a certain extent. SPY's starting to bounce back up, but we're still pretty choppy here. How many trades per day with the funding account? You don't have to take any specific amount, I don't think. Make sure to read where can I get this candlestick from my TradingView account. Check out the link in the description. Yeah, if you want to see any of these sponsors, man. And again, I'm glad you guys find value in them. I only try to get sponsored by stuff that I think is going to actually stuff that I actually like to use. You know, like, trust me, I get companies emailing me every day trying to sponsor me. I really do. I'm not even trying to brag. I think any medium to, you know, size YouTuber is probably going to have that. But I only really accept sponsors that I like and that I actually use. And Sharp Prime is just really cool, man. All right, guys, Snapchat started to bounce back here. I'm also watching Exxon. Exxon's starting to show somewhat green action. Right now, we have this sideways range, though, and we need to break out on it. Can we trade Bitcoin with funding account? No, it's futures, right? So it's futures. So, again, just off the top of my head, the rules for Top Step. The base one's 50K. I'm in the 150K package, right? But the base one's 50K. I think it's around 130 something a month if you use my link and get the 20% off discount that I have. And the rules are as follows here. You have to hit $3,000 in profit without losing over $2,000 total, and without losing over $1,000 a day, with a minimum of 5 trades, or with a minimum of 5 trading days, right? There's no maximum. You can take as long or as little as you want to try to get funded. You just have to trade at least 5 trading days, I'm pretty sure. And then there's also a phase 2, which is kind of like phase 1, but I believe it's a scaling up part. So phase 2, I think, is the scale up part where your profits every day are directly influenced by how much you win or lose. You know, and so again, right now we've been trying to get funded, and again, this is my results since I started here. So I think phase 2 will be a piece of cake. Right, I can trade phase 2 just like I have been. I think for phase 1, I need to scale up my size a little bit more. And my risk management my risk management plan is very simple, right? Like, what I do for risk management is I build up a cushion in small size. Like, I'm trading the micros. You know, if you don't know futures, right? The futures market, you can essentially trade the SPY, right? So you can trade this right side here. If you look at the futures contract that I'm trading, this is it on the left, right? And you'll notice here, this is literally the same thing, essentially, right? Like, I zoom in here, you can see this is the same as this, right? This left side is the same as this right side. And I can trade this left side here in futures, no PDT restrictions, right? So that is what I'm trading on Top Step. It's the E-mini, the micro E-mini is what it's called. And so what I do is I try to build up a cushion first. So I try to build up a cushion. I try to make $100, $200, $300 a day. And then if I do, then I scale up more, right? So that way, if I scale up and then I lose, I'm right back to break even. You know, and I start right back over. I scale back down in size, and then I kind of rinse and repeat that until eventually when I scale up, I'm going to make money. And if I don't, and it's a losing day, it's a small losing day. Like, today was a losing day. It was mostly chop. If you look at my stats today, you know, we are down a whopping $80, you know, a very small amount. You know, yesterday, for instance, we made about 400. And so that is how we kind of have small losing days, the big winning days. And that's the system I'm currently using. And we'll see if it works. We're doing pretty well. I think I do need to scale up in size a little bit, though. Markets started to move back over VWAP. I don't think they do more on Top Step. You can look at the tradable securities on their site. Just check out the link in the description. When you say PPI core, you mean PPI year over year. Well, there's both. Core PPI is producer price index minus gas and food, right? So when you say core, any type of metric with inflationary data, when they say core, they're saying minus, they're saying excluding gas and food prices, right? So you hear core PPI, that means PPI, so producer pricing index, minus gas and food, minus energy and food. Now you have regular PPI, which is including energy and food. Then there's the yearly and the monthly. Most people look at the yearly though, right? So with expectationals, I believe they were expecting 8.4% this year for PPI, for yearly PPI, basic PPI. And we came in at 8.5. So we came in 0.1% higher than expected for regular PPI on the year. At first, you're trading a demo account, trying to prove yourself. And then once you prove yourself in the demo account and pass the different stages, then they fund you with real money. All right, guys, the market's starting to look solid here. E-mini moving up as well. We can look at the dollar to see if that's having an inverse correlation right now. And it's not really. So kind of a weird market where the dollar and SPY are not really following each other a huge amount. Yeah, all good. All right, guys, SPY moving up. Tesla actually ripping up big too. That might be dragging the market up with it as well. Hey guys, thank you so much. We just broke 88,000 subscribers, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Y'all are great. I appreciate all the new people we have today, guys. And again, remember, everything we do here is free. Like, I don't sell my content. We don't sell a course. Like, I don't have any paywalls behind my content. Even becoming a member, you don't really get anything extra. I'm sorry for my members, but you don't really get anything extra for becoming a member because I have a big drive to not charge for content. Like, my goal is to create a resource for traders where I don't claim to be an expert. I don't charge for content, and I can put all my content out there for free. And sure, we subsidize the channel with sponsors, but I think they're cool sponsors. But all the content we drop is free. So there's no paywalls behind anything. And, I'm glad you guys appreciate the support or appreciate the content we drop. We are going to be covering CPI tomorrow, guys, so y'all be ready for that as well. And yeah, we'll see how the market closes today. SPY been moving up. Dollar index is now falling down, which is good. We kind of want to see that. The dollar index, if you look at it over the last year, it's just been hammering up, which is unfortunate. We don't want to see the dollar this high. Like, that's not what we want. We actually want to see the dollar fall here because when the dollar is too expensive and when the dollar is gaining value at the rate it has been, a few things happen. Number one, inflationary fears are there. Number two is that when your cash is gaining value, you don't really want to put your money and invest it. You don't want to invest in stocks or crypto or anything because your cash is gaining so much value. It's not as worth it. As opposed to if your cash is losing value and the dollar index is falling, then what are you more likely to do? Do you want to sit on your losing cash? No, you're going to put it to work for you a little bit more. You're going to throw it in Apple or Disney or Bitcoin or whatever, if that makes sense, right? And so that is why we do not want to see the dollar index go up. We want to see the dollar index fall. Aside from just a massive extension relative to all the other currencies around the world, it's just too high right now. SPY pulling back a little bit. We might buy this dip short term. All right, so we're gonna buy this dip on the SPY. And again, this is the E-mini right here. You guys can see my profit right here on this chart. All right, there's two contracts. We got two contracts. We're essentially buying the SPY dip right here. So we're not even really looking at the E-mini chart. We're buying this dip on the SPY, and the E-mini is essentially the same thing. Starting to get some bear action. Down about $10, which is okay. Got to be prepared to cut it, though. All right, we're slightly green now. Getting a little bit of a bounce back. I want to see this downwick hold and a bounce back here. Again, about break even. We'll give you guys a heads up on what we're actually doing here. Ideally, we'd like to see a bounce. There we go. Got a little pop. Looking better. Green. Down like $15 right now. And we'll cut it. I mean, like I said, we're down very small. We're not going to cut it yet, but, you know, we'll cut it if it breaks that candle wick on the bottom now. Looking a little bit better now. New candle opens up in about 15 seconds. We'll see if we can get a rebound here with it. Nice little doji candle coming through. Break even and get on the trade. We'll put this up so you guys can see the trade. Now we're slightly green. Let's see if we can fix this. Again, up a nice little 13 bucks. $16. All right, we're going to cut that again. Go ahead and cut that again. Nice little scalp here. So just kind of taking away some losses on the day. We're only down about 70 bucks right now. So we got some room to maybe continue to attack this momentum here. And we'll see. Just kind of buying the little dip, riding the bounce, seeing what we can do. Trading small. I don't mind a losing day, and the market's just been choppy. Yeah, thank you guys. What software is that with the candlesticks? It's called Chart Prime. Check out the link in the description. We got all the stuff in the description if you want to check it out. What do you think about CPI tomorrow? Remember, guys, that his strategy and it works for him. Use what's best for you. 100%. How do we know if tomorrow's news is positive? We really don't. We have no idea if the market's going to interpret it as positive or negative. Again, tomorrow's CPI. It's, you know, there's arguments on both sides on which inflation metric is the best and most relevant. Some people consider PCE a deflator. Some people say PPI, like today, for sellers is more relevant. I think in terms of volume, views, and activity, CPI is the biggest. Right, so tomorrow at 8:30, they're dropping CPI. We are going to stream it live, as we always do, right here on this YouTube channel. You will be able to watch the CPI data as soon as it comes out, as well as the stock market reaction, completely live for free right here on YouTube. So subscribe, hit the notification bell. We appreciate you all. Tomorrow is a big day, one of the biggest days, probably the biggest day of the month tomorrow for this. It is certainly going to be influential over markets. All right, guys, getting some bull responses here in stocks. All right, big bounce up. We got the dollar index at 113s here, so dollar index falling back down. SPY starting to move up, so hey, man, let's see if we get, well, ideally, like what we need for the SPY to go green today. We need the SPY to move all the way up here and break the top of this range, or at least test the top of the range, pull back down, and then hold like a support level right here. So what we need, let me draw this so you guys can see like the pattern that I usually look for to signify a bullish trend on the day now. What we need is we need a move up to this, a pullback, a hold, and then a bounce back up. And then we kind of keep trading. And we also need this VWAP level to go like that as well, if that makes sense. That's essentially what we need. All right. And so again, we need a test at the top of the range, a pullback, a hold of support, and then a move up, and then some bounces or whatever. And we need this pink line right here, this purple line, which is the VWAP, to kind of move up with it, which signifies volume increasing with the move as well, is what we're looking for. We'd also like to see this dollar index right here continue to fall, for the same reasons we explained earlier. If CPI is high, what happens? Well, it's going to be high. If it's higher than expected, markets drop. It means higher inflation. It's all relative to expectations. And so, right now the expectations for CPR, let me look them up. I can't remember what they were. I think they are, let me look to be sure. Expectations for CPI tomorrow are as follows. We are expecting 8.1%. Last time this is what happened last time. Okay. I remember last month's CPI report. This is essentially what happened. So last month, we expected 8.1%, right? So last time we expected 8.1. We ended up showing 8.3, which is higher than expected, and markets fell, right? So if we look at the SPY here, we can go back to the last CPI report. If we look at, let's pull a 180-day chart up. All right, so the last CPI report, let me see when the last one was. What was the date? Last CPI report was September 13th, right? So if we go back in time, here was the last CPI report. So if you guys see this, CPI came in worse than expected, and look at this drop in markets, right? So this is the reaction we got in the last CPI report. They expected 8.1%, the same expectations for tomorrow. They expected 8.1%, and boom, we get these big drops like we did over the next few days because, again, it came in worse than expected. This was when CPI came out. This candle right here was when CPI came out. And so it was noticeably worse than expected. And so in that regard, we fell down as opposed to tomorrow, where we're having the same expectations, right? Last time we expected 8.1, we showed 8.3% on the year, and markets fell. Tomorrow we're expecting the same thing. We're expecting 8.1%. And so just like last time, we come in higher than 8.1%. Markets are going to probably do the same thing. They're probably going to do that again. Now we come in lower than 8.1%, then regardless of how much lower, markets are going to rebound. Markets are going to bounce. I hope they do. We'll see if they do, but you never can tell really. Tesla moving up a little bit. It's kind of pulling back to the 218 level. And again, we'll see if we get something good. The FOMC was on par. FOMC meeting last time in September, they expected 75 basis points. They showed 75 basis points. For the Fed Minutes report, it's been mostly reported as positive. So again, it's a PDF file. You can find it in the description. Most people are interpreting the Fed Minutes report as positive. They think unemployment might be a little bit higher. If it comes in lower than 8.1, markets are going to go up most likely. I would just go with candle momentum. Yeah, do you guys. It's all good. And again, we'll see what we get. Dollar index is... Oh, man. Oh, y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, team. I don't know. I hope it comes in lower than 8.1, but you never really know. You guys know how it goes. Also, guys, if you haven't already, give me a follow on Twitter, team. Give me a follow on Twitter, guys. It's twitter.com/beginnertrades. In November, we are giving away PS4 and Xbox here. You got to sub to the channel, subscribe to Twitter, and we're gonna do a random drawing in one of our posts late November. So go give us a follow, guys. Twitter.com/beginnertrades. Again, guys, pull it back. Still kind of choppy, but we did get some reaction from the Fed minutes. Okay, but yeah, thank you guys so much to everybody that donated today. We appreciate it. Ironically, the only thing I can say about markets now, in my honest opinion, is an emergency Fed pivot that only comes when markets actually break. They haven't broken yet. Yeah, I mean, we're down, but we're not catastrophic down. Tomorrow we're either going to pump into giga dump, or dump into giga dump. Sustained rally of any kind seems very far-fetched at this point. Yeah, for sure. Dollar index moving up. SPY market's probably going to start dropping here now with it. FOMC started by late. So there's the FOMC minutes report is already out. Dollar index is moving up. So expected is 8.1%. So if we go higher than that, 8.2, 8.3. Yes, almost certainly. You never know for sure. You never know how markets are going to respond, but yeah, that's the basic logic. Like we come in higher is bad, lower is better with inflationary data. This track is called Drizzle and the Hizzle by Daniel Friedel. It's Epidemic Sounds is who I'm using for music. Mostly lo-fi beats. I try to listen to calming but kind of decent music. Shout out Casey, thank you for the follow. Anna, thank you guys. Appreciate the follows, team. Yeah, what's up, Terry? Fubo. I actually have Fubo as a service. Fubo, rip it up. I mean, again, solid service. They have some bugs that are part of their cable TV that they should get fixed. But a solid service. I could watch. They got NFL Red Zone on my package and a few other things, so it's not bad. Hey, thank you, Crypto. I appreciate it, man. I tried to play the trends that markets were pumping before CPI releases, and I got a whole week of chop. Yeah, it depends on what you're trading, though, man. You know, like most of the time ahead of these big Fed meetings, we're gonna have sideways, like neutral activity. So it's not really gonna be really favorable activity ahead of these big meetings, man. You know, it's usually just kind of slow and choppy and boring. You know what I mean? Yeah, CPI will be even crazier, man. Today's good. Today's interesting market activity and all. We got PPI and we got Fed minutes report, but tomorrow's when the real stuff happens, man. Tomorrow's when the real chaos gets here. You know, we got CPI tomorrow, and then we have tomorrow's CPI, and then we have CPI tomorrow, and then Friday, I believe we have import exports and something else. It's import exports and something else. Let me look. So Friday tomorrow CPI. Friday we have retail sales, import exports, and business inventories tomorrow or Friday. So Friday, Friday's okay. Friday's the smaller economic release this week, but it's still relevant. It's still going to be important. Import, export, retail sales data drops at 8:30. And then really we also have bank earnings Friday as well. So we have bank earnings. Next week specifically is a big week for earnings. We got Netflix, Tesla, Snapchat next week. Look at all the puts coming in. They're going to dump the market Friday. Whew, I hope not. Thanks for everybody's opinion on pivoting. Great input in music. Hey, thank you, man. Yeah, we appreciate it. I appreciate all you do guys here. Again, we broke 88,000 subscribers today, so we truly appreciate you all. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Yeah, for sure, Michael. I'm a scalper as well. Like I said, as a scalper, this is my results today. And so it's been very choppy. Yesterday, we did pretty solid. The day before that, here's the last 7 days of my stats, right? So we're up about 700 or so in the last 7 days. This month, so far in October, gross, we are up about 977. Last month, we are up about 2,400 or so, give or take. So we're doing okay. So is the pump after the FOMC minutes justified or what? Define justified. I mean, it's a subjective thing. Markets are going to react to the minutes report. And again, you can find the minutes report in the description if you want to check it out. Yeah, 100K soon, guys. 100K soon. Yeah, like I said, we appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and close it down. So yeah, like I said, guys, we truly appreciate the love and support. Thank you guys so much for all the subs. Again, we did break 88K today, so truly appreciate it. Y'all check out Stock Tech as well. Stock Tech's really cool, man. It's a trading social media platform. They're going live October 27th, and they're gonna have free tools. It's kind of like Stock Twits, but with tools. We're always gonna stream here on YouTube, so don't worry about that. But Stock Twits goes live. You can join their wait list. It's completely free. And at the very least, they're going to give you free dark pool and option flow access to help you trade. So check them out. Signing up to their wait list is free. Check out the link right there. Do you live only from scalping? No. I am, like I said, I don't trade for a living. Like, that's not what I do. I never claim to. I mean, the channel's called Beginner Trading for a reason. Is because I'm not claiming to be some expert trader. I'd rather not that pressure. I'd rather not have that pressure. Like, in the end, guys, I do a lot of different things. Like, I'm a real estate agent. I'm also a software developer. I'm a front-end software developer with React and React Native with JavaScript. But I'm also a real estate agent. I also make money from this channel, and so we do a lot of different things. And we certainly don't live completely off of our trading profits. Now, again, last year, I believe in terms of in terms of capital gains last year, I think we made from crypto and stocks about 25K, give or take. But again, some of that was from crypto payments as well. So, it wasn't all profit. But 25K, give or take, in crypto and stocks last year. So we're not really living off of that, but we do a lot of different stuff. Yeah, there's a Discord. Hey, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it, man. Hey, thank you, Super. Yeah, thank you guys. Nice meeting you all the newbies here. We appreciate you all. There is a Discord. You can check it out here if you want. Appreciate the love, guys. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Remember, guys, kind of a choppy day right now. SPY starting to break down under VWAP, so y'all just be careful, man. We don't have a lot of favorable activity right now. Probably traders are apprehensive leading into the Fed leading into the CPI report tomorrow, which, again, put it like this. A lot of the time ahead of these big releases, right? FOMC, CPI, PPI, whatever it is, unemployment. A lot of the time ahead of these big releases, we get choppy action. And it kind of makes sense why. Because professional traders and investors trying to take big positions ahead of these echo releases is usually a gamble. It's a coin flip. You're not really going to have any big edge. You can potentially lose big doing so. And so the professional traders and investors, they usually trade more apprehensively ahead of these meetings and ahead of these results and ahead of CPI because, again, they're going to wait and react to what the CPI actually is instead of trying to predict what it is, because there's very low edge in predicting what it is. Okay, so again, because of that, we might see choppier markets. We might see choppier volume just because less traders see an edge and try to predict what's going to happen. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, guys, hey, y'all stay safe. Again, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell. We will be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Hit the sub button. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Good luck. Yeah, protect your capital for sure. I love ETH. I think ETH is my favorite crypto by far. I think it has much more potential than any other cryptocurrency, and super interesting. But yeah, y'all stay safe. We'll see you guys tomorrow.